So much anticipation, so much excitement, and Channel 11 is your home for the most extensive and exclusive coverage. Our team coverage starts with Channel 11 sports reporter Shelby Cassesi. She is live at the club this morning, and Shelby, those gates just getting ready to open. A Westmoreland County couple is facing child endangerment charges after police say they took their children with them to buy drugs. And we do know at least one of those students is seriously hurt. No one hit last night's billion-dollar Powerball jackpot, but you may still want to check your ticket. Why it could be worth $1 million. You know, I did get one.
I know. You think you need to run out into the newsroom and check it out.
If I'm not here next hour, you know that I won that $1 million. So it's probably unlikely. All right. Well, thanks for waking up with Channel 11 Morning News. It's Tuesday, September 2nd. I'm Liz Kilmer. Developing this morning, one of our top stories, a fan is in critical condition after falling from the upper deck at last night's Pens game. And even when this history-making shutdown comes to an end, Americans could still feel the impacts for quite a while, and that includes ongoing disruptions to air travel. An important question this morning: would you throw yourself down a hillside for some cheese?
Throw yourself? I mean, literally.
That is what many people did here. I think it depends on the cheese. You know, from Washington to Harrisburg, a sigh of relief as lawmakers finally end gridlocks to get funding flowing. President Donald Trump has signed a bill to end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history after it lasted 43 days. And Governor Josh Shapiro signed the state budget, ending a 135-day impasse. So from the final flight in, the final tram ride, to the first passengers through the new terminal, we are showing it all to you all morning here on Channel 11 Morning News. And Channel 11's Lauren Talata is live this morning inside the new terminal. Very snow-coated. And I don't know, Tricia, if you saw, there was a deer actually going across her shot there. So there are several hazards out there this morning. All right, if that doesn't get you in the Christmas spirit, I don't know what will. Looking beautiful out there. Thanks for waking up with us. It is Friday. Happy Friday to you, November 14th. And breaking news we've been following from overnight. New details this morning after a brutal stabbing left a man dead in Pittsburgh's Bedford dwelling. Video shows the man getting in through the door here. In a moment, you'll see him walking all through the church. The Steelers returned home disappointed after a heartbreaking loss to the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. It looked like the team was going to sneak a late come-from-behind win when Aaron Rodgers connected with Pat Freiermuth for a 68-yard touchdown with about 2.5 minutes left. We want to show you where things stand right now at 6:30. The latest victim was found by search crews late yesterday evening. Their body found buried beneath the rubble. What is the secret to living a long life? A 109-year-old woman in D.C. says it's volunteerism. This morning, children left their school bus crying and sweating after police say their bus driver turned the heat on full blast and said, quote, "I am going to cook you all." If you're still reeling from last night's loss, we do have some good news for you. Yes. We got some sunshine this morning, Scott. All right, so as folks are crafting their weekend plans, maybe hitting the pumpkin patch at us, Oktoberfest, it's going to be really nice. We want to give you a live look now in Dublin. This is exciting here. The time is 5 hours ahead of us. This is the Temple Bar. Earlier this morning, we saw workers lining the bar with black and gold balloons for the Steelers and with purple and yellow balloons, too, for the Vikings. Very alarming story here as parents. We've been talking all morning, just trying to wrap our heads around this. But a Fayette County school is warning their parents that their kids may have ingested insulin and broken glass. And 2 people have died after officials say they were hit by a public transit bus in Indiana County. The Indiana Borough Police Chief said that the 2 were crossing the street near the intersection of Philadelphia and 7th Streets. Well, in Pittsburgh, we might have to deal with raccoons or other critters like that getting into our trash cans. But in Thailand, unwanted guests can be a whole lot bigger. Take a look at this. A hungry elephant caused havoc in a market. And this is the Penguins rep, Sidney Pawsby. He is one of the rescue dogs Petco Love and the NHL are spotlighting this year. The good news is he has already found a home, but there are still many more rescue dogs looking for theirs.
Yes, there certainly are, and we have so many great rescues that are helping to get them homes, too.
We do. He looked pretty cute. Sidney Crosby, Pawsby, I don't know.
I love the name, Liz. It's fantastic.
I do love the pun. Flights out of Jamaica to the U.S., meantime, did resume Thursday, but thousands of tourists are still trying to get out. A woman from our area, from Duquesne, told told us that it could be several more days before she can get home. Turning back to that breaking news we've been following all morning out of Beaver County, where we have just learned a man was killed in a shooting from overnight. Breaking right now, the FBI is looking for a man who they called dangerous. Take a look. They say Donald Henson crashed a car into the gate outside of the FBI building early this morning. We have a crew on scene there right now, and the agent in charge just told Channel 11's Rachel Pierce that they consider this an act of terror. A Kennywood trespassing suspect is under arrest, and police say he threatened to cut heads off with a sword. And right now, Channel 11 is live at the scene of breaking news in Beaver County. Crews were called to a house fire here on Freedom Road in Economy. House really in bad shape here, and you can see that it looks like the flames are under control, but there is a lot of smoke pouring from this just destroyed structure. Now, at last check, no injuries were reported. We'll be sure to break in with any new details. Meanwhile, we do know one person was taken to the hospital after an early morning crash that happened in Perry North. It was around 1:15 when we watched as crews had to cut a huge hole in a chain-linked fence here to try to reach the driver, this neon green car here.
You can find AI-generated deepfakes all over the internet right now. Earlier this month, we told you about how child predators are using the technology for disturbing purposes.
Channel 11 Morning News anchor Liz Kilmer dives into additional fears around deepfakes, which are getting harder and harder to detect.
Good evening. There has been a surge in the power of artificial intelligence over just the last year. Well, could you tell? That isn't a real news studio, and that isn't really me. In fact, I never said any of that, but I did create that video using AI. It was fast, free, and fairly easy. And as more and more of these deep fakes get made with little regulation, experts are raising concerns. Created even by our own government. Deepfake files are surging by the millions each year. The technology rapidly advancing and looking more and more real.
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real.
It's scary and at the same point in time, highly compelling and fascinating.
As a CMU professor of digital media and marketing, Ari Lightman has been closely following the development of AI-created videos, which can be made by anyone. Take it from me.
I've been starting early today, and coffee is definitely my friend.
That right there, a fake made with OpenAI's Sora 2, a free iPhone app where the process is quite simple. I just had to say 3 numbers. 43. Move my head twice, and then videos of me talking made in seconds. A few steps that can have serious implications.
It is the next wave of social media manipulation.
Deepfakes can be used for scams. A new trend has emerged where hackers use fake videos of company executives to scam employees into sharing information. Deepfakes can also have political impacts.
It is with great regret that I announce the withdrawal of my candidacy.
Recently in Ireland, a sophisticated fake video of a presidential candidate dropping out went viral. Closer to home, remember this? Panic for Norwin High families after someone used AI to create fake flames coming from the school.
It is a huge issue that has societal implications around harm, financial penalties, a variety of different things, just the erosion of trust that we have as a society towards institutions where we're getting a lot of our information from.
Who should be accountable? Should it be on the platforms from where these videos spread?
I think it's very incumbent on them to label things as AI-generated video as soon as it gets posted, basically, which is really hard.
Hard when so much is being produced by so many sources and with varying intentions. It's not so easy to police something that's arguably art or satire, which is protected by the First Amendment. And while defamation isn't, deepfakes blur the line, and they can impact any one of us.
What I would like to see is that we establish sort of multilateral coalitions that all come together to create level and sensible regulation.
Legislation called the No Fakes Act, aimed at protecting an individual's voice and likeness, has been introduced in Congress but is not passed. Now, earlier in the month, I told you that Congress has, however, passed a law aimed at combating deepfake pornography using non-consenting real people. For that story, head to WPXI.com. I'm Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.